getting that call from coach, just kind of run me through what that conversation was like and just kind of the feelings that were there whenever he asked you to come back to Jonesboro.
Yeah, so I was working full time up in St. Louis. I was an art major, so I was, working a job in that field. And coach just called me one day and said, "How do you feel about coming down and coaching?" And it took me by surprise a little bit, I'd say. But mostly just a feeling of excitement and a feeling of thinking about the possibilities of what it's like to be a coach rather than a player. I've done some one-on-one lessons and some camps with Scott Gallagher in St. Louis. But coming on as a coach is obviously asking me to fill a different role. So just kind of getting comfortable with that, and I'm looking forward to see what it holds.
Well, in your coaching a position that's obviously familiar to you as well, and just the experience of playing under Coach Dooley, and I imagine that experience helps out a ton as well, and especially coming back to a familiar place as well.
Yes. I had some great role models, not only Coach Dooley, but Dan, my old goalkeeping coach who's now at Vanderbilt, just excellent role models for me, and definitely gave me a good basis of what I need to do here. Some of the things that I think can make the team better, and how I can fill that role.
Absolutely. And then just, talking about, from your senior year all the way, to now, and just talking about the time period in between, just some of the things you've learned and some of the things that maybe, you hope to take into this, new position and new role.
Yeah, well, soccer's always been, a fundamental part of my life. It's something that I've always enjoyed, and uh, I'm excited to be able to share my knowledge and things that I can bring um, kind of exclusively to this team. The goalies that we have right now, we have Liv Luther and Damaris, and I've obviously trained with them and worked with them. So coming into this coaching role is obviously going to be a little bit of a different situation, but they're wonderful goalkeepers and they work hard. And I'm excited to get to work with them, as well as our two freshman goalkeepers that we have coming in. Seeing some fresh faces and, you know, working with them is very exciting.
Absolutely. And then just talking about this team, because I mean we are so close. I mean, literally next month is when the season starts. Just talking about what you've seen out of the team so far. You mentioned the goalkeepers that you guys have, but just I don't know how much you've been around the team so far, but I imagine that coach was telling, or Mark was telling me rather, that you guys are already out recruiting a little bit, so it's kind of like throwing you right into the fire a little bit. But just kind of run me through just your thoughts on the team as a whole this year.
Yeah, of course. So we are in a quiet period right now. So the girls are here voluntarily, just doing some training on their own. I've met with a couple of the players and seen them around, but right now it's more so just like a hey, how you doing? Not allowed to train with them quite yet. So we're all looking forward to that August starting up and really seeing what everyone's got. And then, as you mentioned, I was doing a little bit of recruiting this past weekend. It was my first recruiting trip with Coach Dooley in Richmond, Virginia, and we got to go out there and see some of the best players in the U.S. That are looking to go into college. So
Gotcha. So this was a part of I'm trying to think of exactly what it was. So what was it in Virginia?
it was the ECNL championship event.
Oh, gotcha. So yeah, I mean, some really, elite
Yes,
level high school athletes there. That's really
absolutely.
neat. That's really neat. Well,
Yes.
is there anything else you want to add just about being back here in Jonesboro, or anything I might have forgotten to mention?
Um, I actually haven't met with all of our staff yet. Scott and Katie were both out of town when I got here first last week, so I'm really looking forward to meeting them and just kind of getting our whole coaching staff together and seeing what everyone brings to the table. I think we have an awesome staff this year and a lot of different perspectives. And this is the first year that they're bringing in that fourth position, and I'm really excited for Katie to be a part of our team and work with her it's going to be nice to have another female coaching or another female coach on staff.